made two paintings of one of my favorite plant, cactus, which is like a desert landscape and some navigational things I like to use. So made a combination of desert cactus and traffic and navigation. Some examples of my nude art and erotic art or pin-up art. Some of them these long and tall paintings I call actually tall paintings, and they're like, I also call them narrow paintings. Sometimes I draw inspirational characters like them. I have a collection of them, but I don't do portraits on commission, so you can't ask for me to portray you. This is one of my abstract paintings that I made with spray cans and a crossbow. I was firing bolts on spray cans and blasting them out, so it was like a Pollocky twist on mine. One of my surreal twists on my silhouette shaped paintings, and it's kind of my take on a surrealist pin-up. So the silhouettes are like windows to another dimension or somewhere, so it's a multi-dimensional artwork. This one is one of my surreal takes, slight bit maybe Salvador Dali influence, but some of my combination of my navigation and nautical studies where I studied boating, so yeah, some parts of the inspiration came from there, so I made it, I called like Eyes in the Sky about that one. One of my seascapes and beach scene made after I graduated from my boating studies, so some navigational things. Actually, when I was a small kid, I was also always drawing boats and something to do with sea and harbor. One of my horse fiction artworks, I make interesting colors and some unrealistic colors on horses or other animals, but in horse case I call it horse fiction. One of my minimalist paintings that has a silhouette of a police lady in there, and was also my self-portrait, so which I didn't do, so it came out like a minimalist one. One of my surrealist artwork exploiting the silhouette shaped windows into other dimensions, and a sci-fi take on my fictional take on art like that, inspired by sci-fi. This one I call a Gatling fairy or a Vulcan fairy, which is inspired by Vulcan phalanx guns, and I figured that somehow I came up with a plane and a fairy mixture somehow with my surreal twist, so I made it like that. I made one painting of a chopper in between. I have a few more. I like custom choppers and things like those, so it's been like a small interest, and I don't have a chopper myself, but I like it. One of my Pollock takes or something, one of my abstract works. I intended it as a background for my happy fish painting, but I liked the way it turned out, so it turned out pretty nice, so I kept it abstract. One of my figure drawing of a local Estonian celebrity from band Vanilla Ninja, it's actually a portrait of Katrin Siska from Vanilla Ninja, and with a studio guest who was unfamiliar with Estonian celebrities, took this painting because it was, to her it looked like Michael Jackson, but she was a foreigner, so she didn't know about Estonia's local situations. Some of my very small paintings like those are maybe a bit like hand-sized, like really small scale miniatures. Well, not really miniatures, but just small painting. Miniature can be actually ridiculously small, but this is not. It's just small. Some small paintings like got quite a bunch here, like those. I like to make small paintings somewhat. I like it's big paintings are good for exhibiting, but yeah, small paintings are a fun part too. I like to make those as well. One of the tall paintings that I made, like in 2013, I was making those tall paintings like those, so it's kind of fun project to do. I'll add to the stump lamps I made. Here's one more stump that I dug out from the forest when I found it walking out there gathering inspiration, but here's the second of my stump lamps I made into my ceiling. And here's my rocket lamp that I made out of paper. It's completely made of paper, and it's a functional lamp in my ceiling. Here's like a pin-up kind of painting, but it's also an Estonian singer called Maarja-Liis Ilus. Her name actually Ilus means beautiful in Estonian language, so it was in For Him magazine where I took it out. She wasn't actually personally posing in my studio, but that would have been great too. Made a blue horse. That's like one of my horse fiction series. I like to do like horse fiction, like in fictional colors. Like it's pretty. Like somebody asks sometimes, then I sometimes do just for why not. Some of the silhouette-shaped paintings of mine are quite small, like this one. It's like almost in size of a door frame or double that. On the fairy subject that I like to work with, I made one of the fairy out of a doll that I had laying around, which I found with some old stuff, but I decided to make a lamp out of it into my ceiling.